Hi, my name is Cindy Miller, and I'm the owner of ShorkieWorld.com and FuzzyWuzzyPups.com. I want to try to help puppy parents by explaining what puppy mills are. Puppy mills are bad situation that any puppies are in, or adult dogs, whether it be a kennel or a home breeder. I have personally seen somebody that has said that they're a home breeder, and I went to their home to see their puppies, and it was disgusting. And you know, they only had 5 dogs, but you know, feces was everywhere. It was just not a good situation for any animal to be in. And then I did my research, and the breeder wasn't even licensed. Here in Missouri, we have so-called 3,000 puppy mills. Now that is a number that the Humane Society of the United States has came up with. That is not your local Humane Society. They are a politician group that gets money to fight for better animal laws in different states and so forth. The one thing that you should know about the HSUS is that the president, Wayne Parser, has actually said that he does not want any type of animals being bred for pets. So, and they only give 1% of your tax-deductible donations to help shut down puppy mills. The rest of it goes for lobbying activities. But enough said about that. They have came up with the ad of 3,000 puppy mills in Missouri. Now, what that is that's licensed breeders, shelters, research facilities, and so forth that is licensed here in Missouri. So there's actually only 1,400 licensed breeders here in the state of Missouri. The other 1,600 is either unlicensed breeders or facilities and shelters and so forth. So they're calling our local Humane Societies puppy mills. So that being said, you know, I kind of want to talk about what a puppy mill is and show some examples. You can be a so-called home breeder and be a puppy mill. A puppy mill, in my opinion, is any breeder, whether they are in a kennel setting or a home setting, that does not take care of their dogs. Their dogs are matted, laying around and just pee and poo and just not taken care of. And even, you know, if they're not fed the best type of food, if the puppies and the adults are not put first, you know, when you go to breed, you should be breeding for a purpose and a goal in mind, even if you're doing mixed breeding. So I want to show you a few examples of puppy mills that are not here in Missouri, because puppy mills are everywhere in the United States. This is going to be our first one here. It's North Carolina puppy mill raid, and they had, whoops, my restart thing came up. Let me restart later. They had 300, I don't know if you can see that or not, but 300 dogs in this puppy mill.
How long have you been working on this case? Working on this case since December of 2007. There is no laws against puppy mills in North Carolina.
North Carolina has no laws against puppy mills. The state of Missouri, where they say there's 3,000 puppy mills, actually has the strictest laws in the United States as far as caring for animals. In Missouri, you could go to jail if you are if you're a breeder and you don't take care of your dogs. Here's a puppy mill bus in Virginia, West Virginia. And they had 927 dogs. Horrible condition.
It's really unbelievable how many dogs there are here. There's about 10 or 12 buildings, and they've all full of dogs. Most of the cages have 2, 3, 4 dogs in them. Some have as many as 5 or 6. And the nursery is probably one of the worst buildings because it's the biggest. All of the
Okay. Here is another puppy mill in Riverside, California. And this one here had 62 dogs. See, so it doesn't really matter the amount of dogs, it's the quality of care the dogs receive.
Taking water out of kiddie pools that were filled with a little bit of water and a whole lot of poop and pee.
Did you see the water bins, the pools?
Oh, that was something that really bothered me.
I mean, now we're talking Giardia for sure, 100%. Coxie.
Just really, really bad. Here goes another puppy mill bust in Texas. This one here, it doesn't say, oh yeah, they had more than 500 dogs.
You need to go see the vet. We're here in Kaufman County, Texas. We've just shut down a puppy mill operation of well over 500 dogs, maybe even closer to 600. Conditions are horrendous.
500 to 600 dogs, just very sad. And the condition the dogs are being raised in. Again, I wouldn't say it's the amount of dogs they have, because you could be a puppy mill and only have 10 dogs or 5 dogs. It matters how they're taken care of. Here's another one. This one here is going to be in Mississippi. Mississippi has no dog laws either.
We're in Mississippi, assisting the Sheriff's Office with the seizure of approximately 120 animals.
120 animals.
Are going to be removed from the property and taken to the emergency shelter. It's going to start shortly. Our teams are now moving in.
Very sad. I mean, how can this breeder here even know what they're breeding? You know, that's a case of just putting any two dogs together, obviously. Here goes one in Indiana. 400 animals.
Information we're getting now is that many of these animals were probably killed when they suspected law enforcement was going to be coming in. We still are searching the property, trying to...
That one was 400 in Indiana. Here goes one in Tennessee. And this one doesn't say, but maybe it will say on here.
Well, you've got a couple hundred breeding dogs in here. You've got some newborn pups as well. We found a couple deceased.
Hundreds of animals living in unbelievable conditions.
Hundreds of animals. Here goes another one in Alabama. This one here, this lady killed 43 dogs and put them in a freezer in Alabama.
Was she operating a puppy mill, or was she mentally...
And this one here was actually in Elkmont, Alabama, puppy mill breeder. So, you know, puppy mills are everywhere. They're just not in one part of the country. This one here is in Chicago. Chicago Police there. So, you know, they're saying that there's 3,000 puppy mills here in Missouri, but obviously there's puppy mills all throughout the United States, even in Canada. Those are just a few examples that I wanted to share with you. I will say, you know, the one thing about being here in Missouri, everybody in Missouri that breeds, if they have more than 3 females, has to be a licensed breeder through the State Department. So on your inspection report, they come into our homes, they inspect it, or they inspect your kennel, or whatever the case may be. It will have all your information on there, and then down here, it will say who it's inspected with, and then down here it will say if you have compliance or if you're compliant. So, you know, no non-compliant items identified. So there goes that there. So the benefit of buying a dog from somebody that is a licensed breeder is you can actually ask them for a copy of their inspection report. I would not buy a dog from anybody that is not inspected, even if the city or state does not have inspectors, because most cities and states do not have breeding laws. Missouri has the toughest breeding laws on the books to date. Proposition B just passed, which is even going to make it tougher for us breeders, but you know what, when you do it right, you don't care about that. And there is a difference, you know, as far as our puppies go, they're all in our homes, they're under our feet. My dogs have, you know, about 650 square feet just for them in our home. They are all nice, cared. If you want to come visit, you will go ahead and get to see them. We do welcome you to pick up our puppies. Even if a breeder says, oh yeah, you can pick up your puppy, not a problem, by appointment only, they can clean up, or they have time to take, you know, their dogs that they don't want you to see somewhere else. So once you know that you want to get a puppy from a breeder, you want to make sure that they are inspected, even if it's by their vet that's not related to them. You know, hire a vet to go out there and view their facility or their home. You can do that. You know, call up the local vet in their area, say, you know, I'm really interested in getting a puppy from this particular person. I know you're not her vet, but I would really like to know how her puppies are raised, because you just never know what kind of breeder that you're dealing with unless you have an inspection report. If you're here in Missouri, or if you get a dog from somebody here in Missouri, you could actually ask to see a copy of their inspection report. It's going to tell you if they have any issues or not, and if they are, what the issues are, and so forth. And then you can talk to them about that breeder, or ask the breeder, hey, you know what, I would like to see a copy of the inspection report, and see what they say. That's one way that you could actually, you know, buy a puppy and feel safe and comfortable with. So that's a little bit about puppy mills and what to look for. You know, there's been several breeders that, you know, have been banned as puppy mills, and they're not even nowhere near a puppy mill. So you really need to make sure you do your research. Just because somebody has a kennel does not mean that they are puppy mills. 99.9% of the show breeders have kennels. Does that mean show breeders are puppy mills? No. It matters on the quality of care the puppies receive. You could be a home breeder and be a puppy mill. You could be a true home breeder and be a puppy mill. Because if you look at, you know, a couple of these videos here, like this one here, if we back that up, you know, and we start it again.
Property and take it to the emergency shelter.
I mean, they're in somebody's house. Somebody lives there. They were a home breeder. See? I mean, that's just one. If we go to the one that was in Chicago, let's see if I can find that one real fast again. This one here, I think it was. Let's back it up. They're going into somebody's house. So you could be a true home breeder and be a puppy mill. Those places are puppy mills. That is why you need to deal with a breeder that's inspected. That way, when they do inspections, they just show up and say, hey, I'm here to inspect you. Let's see if you pass. So that being said, just be really leery, even if somebody says they're a true home breeder, and do your research and make sure you're getting a happy, healthy puppy. Thank you, and thanks for watching our video from Fuzzy Wuzzy Pups and Shorkie World about what a puppy mill is. Bye-bye, and God bless.